Hello beautifuls, Tara Love Perry here on a paddleboard in the British, what's it called, Channel, English Channel, off the coast of Hove and Brighton down there. And I'm sending you this video because something wonderful literally just happened and it's completely made my day. So as you know, I'm a self-love teacher. And you may or may not know that on Saturday, this Saturday just gone, I did a live event. I haven't been doing very many live events since 2020. In fact, this was the second one. And it was just a one day. It used to be 2 days or 3 days, but I'm just kind of, you know, testing the water, so to speak. She says sitting on the water. And so we had a one day, it was all day, self-love intensive. And it was actually in a hotel, which I could point out, but you probably won't make it out, down there near that tall building. Oops, hold on, no. Anyway, somewhere in this kind of vicinity. So the amazing thing that just happened is, when I finish these events, there are two kinds of people in the room usually with me. The first kind of person is somebody who's looking to learn how to love themselves more. Most people by now have heard of self-love. It didn't used to be a thing when I started teaching about this back in 2011, 2012. Even prior to that, 2008 is when I first started teaching. Hardly anybody knew of this concept, let alone the reality of self-love. So a lot of people, thank goodness, have become aware, and which is really, really amazing and a sign of our times that the levels of consciousness are rising. And some people are realizing that self-love, genuine, deep, unconditional love for one's entire self, not just the best version of oneself, but the entirety of oneself, from the moment you were born to where you are now, and filling in all those gaps in the places that didn't receive love, didn't get the real love, got conditional love, messed up, toxic versions of love, because that's a version, that's not actual love, that's messed up, under the guise being called love when it really, really isn't. And so it's about using the techniques that I share to, in fact it's a 7-step method, to go in and to meet those parts of yourself where you've just been out of shape, you're empty, you've got gaps, you've got codependency, you've got addictions, you've got self-harm habits, either physically, emotionally or mentally, or in relationship, because we self-harm in relationship as well, because we are largely a product of our environment and our conditioning. And let's face it, the world is full of toxic people and toxic relationships, so we absorb all of that. And so people are now looking for a way to heal themselves, to come home to themselves, and realizing that self-love, unconditional, real, genuine, unconditional self-love is the way to heal anything which is not in harmony with who we truly are. Cleaning away the muck, cleaning away the conditioning, cleaning away all that horrible stuff mentally, emotionally, physically and spiritually. There's a lot of spiritual garbage out there, mental garbage, a lot of mental health issues, physical health issues, just horrendous. And so a lot of people are looking for a way to come clean and come into congruency, come into integrity, come back home to the truth of who they truly are. And for people like that, self-love intensive, or this method, transformational self-love therapy, also known as I Love You Me method, when you're doing the self-help version, people are drawn to the events for that reason. And that's really amazing. And these people come out and they're blown away, and now they have a modality, which is fantastic. And the other kind of people that are drawn to coming to my events are the givers, the helpers, the healers, the carers, the therapists, the coaches, the people that spend their lives and their personal mission and passion to go out there and make a difference in other people's lives. Now, ironically, I'm going to tell you a little secret if you don't already know this, and if you're a healer, helper, coach or carer, one of the givers in the world that's out there trying to help other people with their stuff, this might be a little difficult of a medicine for you to swallow, but what tends to happen, I would say 99% of the time, is that the healers amongst us, the givers, the helpers, they're the ones that need this medicine so much, but it's really hard for them to receive this method. More hard than those people who are actually looking for a way to love themselves. Those people are aware that they're looking for something. The therapists tend to come because they're looking for a way to help more people faster, better, deeper, for permanent results, right? They're looking for that missing piece in their therapy, in all their skills that they already have, that they know that there's a missing piece for self-love, and they're looking to fill that piece so they can help more people, which is absolutely beautiful. It's admirable. It's wonderful, right? There's nothing wrong with that. It's beautiful, and I'm, of the same mindset. I want to help as many people as possible, right? So nothing wrong with that. But the problem is that lots of these people find it really, really hard to apply self-love to themselves. They're almost learning it for other people instead of learning it for themselves. And now I train therapists. I've been training therapists since 2008, and psychologists, psychiatrists, all kinds of people, all doctors, midwives, all kinds of people. And it tends to be that these people struggle the most often, not always, but most often struggle the most, because they come realizing that, oh my gosh, this is for me first. And self-love as a healer or a therapist looks very different, because it's about loving yourself first, love and heal thyself, then go out and love and help heal other people. So anyway, these are the two kinds of people that come to the event. And now one of the people that I just got a phone call, now one of the best parts about my job, if not the best part, is hearing how what I've shared has impacted somebody's life. And particularly what makes me so deeply grateful, so deeply touched, is when a young person has had their lives impacted. And so a beautiful young woman that was at the event on Saturday, she's 26 years old, she just phoned me up, and which is really wonderful. I don't usually invite my my people that come to my events to actually phone me, normally email me or something, or message on social media. But this young woman I actually know. I've known her since she was about 3-4 years old. I consider her like family, like a niece, and she's known me most of her life. And she decided that it was about time that she came and found out what I did, and she was looking for answers, like most young people of her age, around early 20s, mid 20s, realizing that they've inherited so much trauma and pain and mental health issues, denial, codependency, toxic relationship patterns from their parents and from their upbringing. And so this beautiful woman, she just called me up, and she just told me, you've just changed my life. She just told me that she got so much just out of one day, that now she has a tool for life that she can apply, and so much made sense. It made so many of the pieces click together to give her an understanding that validated her on such a deep level. It connected her back to her little inner child, and made a whole bunch of things make sense. And she just told me it was absolutely life-changing. She's like, how can I help? How can I help get this to more young people, similar age group and younger, so that together we can make a difference and help change the generations that are growing up now, adulting into the world, and are so held back by all of this conditional stuff, all of the parental inherited, ancestrally inherited transference of the unhealed stuff. And she's so passionate. Now that she's experienced this, she's massively passionate to help make a difference in other people's lives, and is asking me, how can she help? How can she facilitate? How can she make that difference for other young people? Now that absolutely makes my day. not the, yes, the fact that she wants to share this, but the fact that in just one day, this young woman's life has completely pivoted, and hopefully save her an entire rest of her life suffering and struggling and looking for answers. Because we all know that the older we get, the more set in our ways we become, the more attached we become to our concepts, to those things that we've been, that we learned, that we were taught, that we believe are true. And even if we really look at it logically and we kind of analyze it and say, well, how is that actually working out for you? Is your belief working? Is it actually true? And kind of, get down to the nitty-gritty. I would say most of the time we can look at that and go, well, actually, it's not really true and it's not really working out for you, but still the attachment is super strong. Because if we start taking away these beliefs and these patterns and these dynamics and behaviors and attachments to identity and personality and all kinds of stuff, and like we get attached to relationships, when we know it's not good for us, we know it's toxic, but we're still super attached and we don't let go, because we have this idea that, well, it'll work out, the light is at the end of the tunnel, we'll just keep going for that dangling carrot in front of us on the stick that's telling us if we just do it a bit more, work a bit harder, find a new version of ourselves, do something, stick to our guns, stick to our beliefs, soldier on, that we will get the end result that we're looking for. And often it's not until 20, 30, 40, 50 years later of running these same beliefs, patterns, attachments, that we may or may not eventually come to realize that actually that's not working. It's very hard to admit that, very, very hard indeed, once we've been running that situation for a long time, right? We become super attached in our ways. So the older generations, generally speaking, are a lot harder to connect to get through, because you've got layers and layers and layers and layers of stuff that you kind of got to kind of find your way, or get through in a way to reach the person that's underneath all those layers who's ready to hear it. So for me, working with the younger generations and hearing that impact of a 26-year-old who's fairly new on her journey of looking for answers, and she can find something this early on in her life, oh my gosh, I think if I was aware of this at 26 and somebody had taught me that, I did, to be honest, I started learning this around the age of, how old was I? I would say around 30, early 30s, 32, 33, I started to become aware of it. But it didn't really fully hit me. It was like I didn't realize it was a tool I could use for myself. I was one of those healers that was trying to help everybody else, thinking if I help other people, it'll make the world better and then I'll be happier. I'll help the people that I love around me and it will make my environment nicer, and then I'll feel more loved. And it really doesn't work that way. It really doesn't. So, well, if you miss out yourself, it doesn't work. If you love yourself as well and include yourself in that, it totally works, right? But I'd missed out the self-love part for myself. I was one of those people trying to help everybody else with their self-love. Anyway, I've just found that massively elating. I feel so like the whole effort that it takes to do a one-day live workshop. Anybody who does live events, you'll know there's a lot of background organizing, a lot of effort that goes into something like that, and then afterwards as well. And so for all of that effort, even if it was just for that one beautiful young woman, it was worth it. It was worth it to change her life. So I wanted to share that news with you. And if you're listening to this right now and you're like, you want an answer as well, you're looking for that missing piece, that self-love that is so practical. Some people look at it, I suppose, and think, oh, that's really spiritual, really woo-woo. Well, I'm telling you what, you know, life is spiritual, life is woo-woo. You know, how we breathe is the most spiritual thing of all. What breathes us? How do we even exist? How does all this keep going? Of course it's spiritual. Everything in life is spiritual, because everything in life has spirit in it. The spirit of life itself is in this ocean, is in the sky, in the birds over there, and in every single one of the people on this beach. They're all run by spirit. So yes, it's spiritual, but it's also deeply, deeply practical, deeply connective into the deepest parts of your subconscious and your psyche and your emotions. And it's very, very doable. It's so simple that children can do it. In fact, children are so much easier to teach this, because they're still open to simplicity. They're still innocent and humble enough to teach this method to, because it is so simple and it's so practical and so applicable to anything you want to apply it to, right? So whatever you're struggling with, whatever's blocking you, whatever's ailing you and giving you pain, then this method will work. Okay, it's called I Love You Me. And so if you're looking for some self-love answers, and you're looking for something to help you in the ways that I've described in this video, and if you're really wanting to make that difference now, you can just go to my website. I'll leave the link above or below or somewhere around this video, and you can just go and get a free meditation. It's a guided healing journey. It's not just your normal meditation, it's participatory. It's like a healing session for 40 minutes, and it's a guided journey for you to meet and love yourself. It's like the beginner level, right? Even it's gonna give you profound results, just be warned. Okay, it's beginner level, but it's still gonna have a very strong impact. Okay, go and get that free. Sign up for it. Just go onto my website, TaraLovePerry.com, and get that free meditation. And then if you're interested in enrolling and getting the video course that comes with a book and the workbook and the meditation, audio meditation, and a whole bunch of stuff, you can go and get that and start that course today, right now, and not waste another single second of your precious life suffering. And if you're watching this video and you're a healer, therapist, helper, coach, carer, that kind of person, you just are on a mission to make an impact in other people's lives, and you realize, right, you have to be one of these awake, conscious people who realize that you're included in that, just like I am. I'm able to teach other people this now so effectively because I've done so much of it myself. We have to walk our talk, healers. We have to be able to connect with, love and heal ourselves, so that we can connect with, love and help others heal. We can't lead others where we haven't been ourselves, okay? And so it's really important that you do this for yourself, and that you're wanting to go and make a difference and help other people as well. And for you guys, I have a special announcement, is that for the whole of July actually, I've been running a early bird discount for September's training. There's a training, it's half online, well, it's all online, so you can do it from anywhere, but it's half like self-study online, and the other half is, I say half, a third study, a third practice, and a third live with me on Zoom mentoring meetings. So you get the live aspect as well. It's 12 weeks, it's only 12 weeks, and then you become fully qualified to be able to go out and help other people, and you have an absolutely epic experience for yourself as well. Now, there's a ton of testimonials I want you to go and watch, but you can actually get a 25% discount if you actually book a one-to-one call with me and discuss it and see if it's right for you, and join before the end of July, right? So there's only 2 days left for that 25% discount. And if you're not in a big hurry and you don't want to get that discount right away, or you need to take more time, don't worry, it's fine, because there should be another one in January. But what I want you to do is go to the website, and it's called Transformational Self-Love Therapy, and self-love has a hyphen, so it's transformational self-love therapy.com. Again, I'll leave the link around this video. And when you go to the homepage of that, the landing page, you can read all about it, you can watch some videos, and you're also invited to a free online masterclass where I'm going to take you through the 4 premises of healing and of transformational self-love therapy and learn what it's all about. And that's totally free too, right? Because we all need the tasters, we all need to, you know, connect to something and see if it's for us, like try it before you buy it kind of thing. See how it works for you. So please go ahead and click onto there and have a look, because if, like me, you want to make a difference in this world, like faster, because we need some fast results right now. We need something that's going to work quickly, and we need something that's going to work very, very deeply and be, you know, long-term, permanent, right? We need those kind of results. And if, like me, you're passionate to make a difference for the people that you want to serve, then go and have a look. Taste some of the medicine for yourself. You can go to both websites. You can go and get the free meditation from TaraLovePerry.com. Then you can go and get the free masterclass from TransformationalSelfLoveTherapy.com. You can get it all. You can go and just have a little mini feast of self-love for yourself, all right? It's going to be wonderful. I know it is. So thank you so much for listening. It's been an absolute pleasure talking to you from this wonderful location. Isn't that a nice picture? Look at that. I just love young people. They're just adorable. Everyone's chilled out. It's super nice. I hope you're having a wonderful day. I'm sending you so much love. Mwah. Love yourselves.